Colby and Cody Saunders of the Waterloo Region Matman Club are not only twin brothers, but really they are quite the dynamic duo.
The Matman Wrestling Club in Kitchener trains students of all age groups in the exciting sport of wrestling.
It's very exciting to watch because there's typically lots of action. The objective of the sport is always to pin your opponent or to control them with regards to being able to expose their back to the mat or to throw them to the mat or to somehow score a takedown or a turnover. Our goals for all of our athletes here are basically to get them to become the top level high school wrestlers in the country. And even in first year university level, we often compete at that level as well. So we'd like to hope that we can get them to be national champions before they leave us, and hopefully get to represent Canada on the international stage.
Identical twins Cody and Colby Saunders have been outstanding athletes for the club with recent success at the national level.
Well, the most recent was the national championships this past weekend in Windsor. Both of them took home a bronze medal in their individual weight classes, which was a good accomplishment. I think they probably could have even done a little bit better. But this was their first time going to nationals, and I was very pleased with their accomplishments. Colby also made the alternate position, so second place for the World Under-17 team, which will likely allow him an opportunity to compete on behalf of Canada in a preliminary tournament such as the Pan American Games or an international event this summer.
Given their experience with the club, the Twins have taken on a mentorship role with the younger athletes.
We often have our high school athletes work with our younger athletes on this side, and it's always a mentorship where we had an athlete this year who had moved on to the junior level, so he was under 20, 19 years old, so he was a key factor for them being successful because they would be training with him. He's a bit bigger and a bit stronger, so always more challenging for them, and so that's the way the sport and the club typically work. We want to get strong athletes here, move them up the ladder, and then they're mentoring the younger ones and training with them to improve their skills.
Coach Jaggis is excited about what the future holds for the boys, especially Colby, who has a chance of representing Canada next year.
Right now, I just hope that Colby, has some good opportunities in the summer and is able to compete well and represent the club, the province, and the country well. And then, like we'd all take a little bit of time off in the summer. It's a pretty intense sport, and it can grind people down after a while. So we'll get back to it in September. But he'll need to do some training in the summer, and we'll provide that for him as well.
For the home team, I'm Matt Adams.
Back here in studio again with Colby and Cody Saunders, and it's been an interesting year this year for you guys. You dealt with a bit of injury, but at the same time, aside from all that, you've achieved a lot of success. So let's start off with you, Cody. Wrestling up 2 weight classes, first of all, which was pretty interesting at Quassa this year. Got silver medal. How big of a challenge was that, first of all, wrestling up those 2 notches?
I'd say the actual weights in Quassa, it was pretty hard because I had to wrestle another guy from our Matman. His name was Wesley McGinnis.
And why the move up to 2 weight classes?
Well, because he dropped down to my weight class and I felt bad for him, so I had to go up.
We'll let you answer that in a little bit, but
it was a lot harder, especially going into Quassa, because there was 2 other. So there was Wesley that ended up going as well, and then there was one other guy, one of the Saunders Twins from Guelph, that ended up being in my weight class as well, and he ended up being the opposite champ this year, so it was pretty difficult for me. And
well, representing Forest Heights and competing 2 weight classes above, you must be pretty proud of yourself for what you were able to accomplish.
Yeah,
in new territory, right?
Yeah, like last year making it in grade 9 also was a big accomplishment, and this year not quite making it, but still making it far enough for me to be proud of how well I did. So.
And Colby, you must be equally proud with your performance. You went to provincials, winning a bronze medal there, and it also provincials with the Mountain and Mississauga as well, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
So in terms of starting to rack up this hardware, how much does that motivate you now to keep pursuing this dream of yours to become a pretty good wrestler?
Well, I mean, it kind of just, winning, I hate losing more than I like to win.
You seem to have that competitive fire, even
yeah.
talking with you off camera too. Well, both of you. Where does that come from, do you think?
I don't know, it's kind of in our genes, I guess.
And it comes from each other, it sounds like,
Yeah.
too. When we were talking, I know you're
Yeah.
the older brother, Cody, by 12 minutes, so which you were quick to know, and it's just maybe the better looking of the two, I don't know, but you guys can decide on that one. But 15 years old only, out of Forest Heights, you guys must push each other quite often.
Yeah, so we kind of like to one-up each other. It's like if he does something, I have to do it better.
Yeah.
And then if I do something, he has to do it better. So it's just kind of back and forth.
In terms of the support, though, for each other, when you might feel down, maybe not having the success that we were just talking about, how much do you rely on each other in that respect?
Well, we like to kind of like encourage each other. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine, whatever. He just had a good day, or he got lucky, or it was a good throw, or whatever, right? Or do this instead, or kind of correct each other. And then, I know when he loses, I kind of use that to fire myself up for the next match.
Mm-hmm. Now, Cody, how do you fire yourself for a match? Fire yourself up, excuse me.
Usually I just kind of listen to my music, put my headphones in, just walk around, kind of just keep my head down, put my hood up, and just walk around the arena until
ready to go.
the match come up, and then take it all off, listen to my coach, and see what he tells me to do, and then go in and
do your thing, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of alluded to the injury situation. You've been the one that's dealt with a bit of a hand injury, a bit of a neck injury too. So is this the first time you've had to deal with this much adversity in your wrestling career?
Yeah, the first 2 years I was doing it, I didn't have any injuries or nothing, and then come up to the third year, I ended up fracturing my hand, and then that ended up healing okay, and then I hurt my neck, which really put me out of provincials, so I got a little upset there, and then later on after that for OFSA, it was just kind of missing 2 big tournaments, got me fired up for nationals, and then
go from there.
Yeah.
What can you say about the opportunity you have here with the Matmen to allow you to pursue your goal of not only competing at the high school level, but eventually at the OUA level too, with golf in particular, apparently?
Yeah, well, it's kind of just setting us up, really. Like, if you start early, it'll be better, right? So, it's not just like I'm going to high school or I'm going to university and I'm just starting then. Starting early is kind of just going to give us that extra little bit of a boost when we start up again. Like, when we go to university and hopefully when we go to golf, it'll give us a bit of an advantage on those guys that are just starting then.
Yeah. And Cody, I'll give the last word to you here. In terms of anyone watching at home that wants to get into competitive wrestling, maybe speak to why you love it and why they might fall in love with the sport too.
It's a great sport. Like, just being there and just cheering on your friends and family, and just watching the actual sport itself is just really, it's exciting to watch, and being in there, and just especially if you're a guy that really likes being physical and you're not so much into the soccer and stuff, like, wrestling is an amazing sport.
And not only do you get to hang out with your friends who in turn become your family, but literally you get to hang out with your family on a full-time basis. Twin brothers there, Colby and Cody Saunders, Forest Heights students, doing some wonderful things with Waterloo Region Matmen Club, Wrestling Club. Make sure to check them out online if you're looking for more information, and really to follow their progress as they continue their wrestling careers.